So, we got ourselves a meeting with Adam from Human Resources. Let's go find out what that's all about. Oh, this might be new.
Hello, employee, and welcome to the shard department. Now, you're probably here because you've greased someone's wagon. But never fear. Adam is very efficient at resolving interpersonal conflict between staff. So buck up, buckaroo. Things are about to get better.
So this, I don't think was in the original game. I think this is an addition for Budget Cuts Ultimate. And it's an awesome addition because that right down there is the main menu of Budget Cuts 2. You started at that train station, and that was where the main menu was. And that's supposed to be the connection between Budget Cuts 1 and 2. Because I was wondering about that. I was wondering if they would keep the actual ending of Budget Cuts 1, or if they would change that in a way to make it a more seamless transition. And look, based on this, it looks like they're going to. So that's cool. I really like that. We'll have to reserve judgment until I actually get down there and see for myself what it looks like. But yeah, I like this. I like being able to see the whole Transcorp building from up here and the train station down there. That's cool. Cool. Like it. All right. Now, let's go accept one last phone call from Winter.
Hey, so, Rex's office is up ahead. Time to get some answers from the man himself. The key is in the broadcast room. Speaking of which, these recordings of Rex on the loudspeaker give me the creeps. I think something is seriously wrong here. Promise me you'll be careful. You're almost there.
Yeah, I don't need this, but I'll keep it anyway. Alright, we finally made it to Rex's office, but of course we still need a key to get inside, which we don't have. But to get it, we need to go through the broadcast room, which, if you couldn't guess, is through the Human Resources Department. Oh, and I also like how cold this part of the game feels. Because every other level has had some kind of color palette to it. There were blue sections, green sections, red sections. There was all some level of life breathed into it. But as soon as you reach Human Resources, it's just dull, gray, and lifeless. Which I really appreciate. And there isn't even some super soothing music. It's just this really uneasy soundscape playing in the background. It's great. Love that. Alright, this when we have a key card, but doesn't really matter here because if you go up here and check.
Easy, easy, give me your answer, do. I'm half crazy, oh, for the love of you. It won't be stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two.
I think I actually missed that on my first playthrough because I was so distracted by exploring up here that I didn't even hear it. But that voice still gives me the creeps. Warning, if the keycard reader is set to lock state, you must never disconnect keycard reader power. People might get locked in or out. Was that there before? I don't remember that being there before. I'll have to put up footage from my original LP to check, but I feel like that might be a new message they added. But yeah, this keycard reader is disabled, which means that we can't actually use our keycard to get through it. So we need to turn this back on. It's unlocked and it's closed. So the door itself is shut, but the thing is unlocked, so we can open it right back up again. But yeah, you can tinker around with these. You can tinker around with these to kind of make it do whatever you want, which is going to be pretty important for later in the game. Or by later in this level, I mean. They made this area brighter than it used to be. I don't like that. This whole area was supposed to be really dull. Like, this area still looks rather dull. It might be a little brighter than before, but still generally the dull color palette they had going for it. But this was never supposed to be this bright. That's new. I don't like that. I don't like how bright this area is. Anyway, we're blocked off from getting in there. So we need to take another route to get up, which is to go through here. And then, see, if I still had my screwdriver, I could undo this, but unfortunately I had to get rid of it, so no screwdriver for me. And now... Alright, so in fairness, this specifically isn't on Legend of Gods Ultimate, because I think they did make a patch to the original game at some point to make this area brighter. But when I played this game, and I'll show footage of this on screen, you couldn't see anything. Which is intentional. You're not supposed to be able to see anything here, because the game. This is the point where the game goes from stealth game to horror game, where you have to put all your stealth skills to the test in one competition against Adam. So that part is not on Legend of Gods Ultimate. I'll tell you what is on Legend of Gods Ultimate, though. This shit. This... Man... This is... so disappointing. Like, look at all the texture popping that's happening. It's not even little things like we've seen throughout the rest of the game. This is major. Like, look at all the lighting that just keeps freaking out when I move my head even slightly. It's... I know I keep saying it over and over again, but like, I really love the budget cuts duology, and it's been fun replaying this, but this has always been my favorite part of the game. Right here. It's one of the most terrifying experiences I've had, not just in virtual reality, but in gaming in general. And you may think that's ridiculous, because there's nothing really to indicate why that might be the case just yet, but you'll see soon enough. So, that's the broadcasting room that we need to get into to get the key to Rex's office. But inside that, like, look at... Man, this sucks. Inside the broadcasting room is... Adam. Shit, I pissed him off. I didn't mean to piss him off this soon. I actually did not intend to piss him off this soon, so yeah, Adam is a massive, lumbering, like, look at that. Oh shit! Oh my god! I forgot I could do that! Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! I actually forgot he can do that. So yeah, once he, unlike the other robots, once he has your number, he will not give up.
Petty, weak, unnecessary.
I love his design, I love his voice. And what I love most of all is that his AI is even smarter than the base robots. Where if he pegs you, if he sees you once, he has your number forever. So like, he's gonna sit here and camp this vent until I either step out and die or move somewhere else. And not only that, but he can actually reach inside, as you saw, he can reach inside the vents to try to grab you. I forgot he could do that, so there's still some element of horror here. But again, when I played this for the first time, first off, there wasn't massive fucking popping everywhere, but second off, this room was pitch black. And the pitch black atmosphere, first of all, was intentional for the sake of making it a really terrifying final battle where you use all the skills you've accumulated throughout the game, which was primarily a pretty low stakes stealth challenge, into now it's a full-on live or die, insanely high stakes horror section against one massive monster who, by the way, you cannot kill. No knives. I mean, we don't have knives anyway, but even if you did have knives, you couldn't kill him. You could not kill him the normal way.
The look on her face when she was called to my office. Delicious.
And I also love hearing him, like, he talks about more humans that were killed.
There's only a few left to process. Soon, there will be no humans left.
I love hearing him just maniacally talk about how he's murdered all the humans up until this point to explain, like, where everyone's gone. And it really sinks in, really sells the horror that you are the last human. There's no one left. And it's especially chilling because you are now facing off against the one thing that stopped all the humans up until this point. Right? Like, you're listening to him taunt you of all the previous humans he's killed while you are running for your lives through the vents, because you cannot step outside the vents. You step outside the vents, you die. It's pretty much game over. Right? I mean, you can step out for like a second, but that's about all you can do. Your only safe place is to navigate through these these rooms with no doorway entrances and the ventilation shafts. That's it. Running for your lives, hiding from Adam, these narrow corridors, feeling like you have nowhere to run and your back's up against the wall. And while he's talking about all this stuff, it's fantastic. And as you can see, he tracks you like a damn hawk. He knows exactly where you are at all times. Which you might think makes this pretty much unwinnable, right? If he knows where you are at all times, then how could you ever possibly beat him? Well, this is how. You turn on the lights. Because when you turn on the lights, it forces him to go somewhere to turn off the lights. Now, unfortunately, you can't tell that because as you can see, like, there was barely a change. Between the state of the level where the light was turned off and when the light was turned on, there's barely a distinction. You know, it looked exactly the same. Oh wow, look. It got a little dimmer. Oh boy, howdy. It got slightly dimmer than it was before. Whoop-de-doo. How exciting. But in the original, again, this area was pitch black. You couldn't see anything, which A, contributed to the atmosphere for what's supposed to be a horror section, and B, it was pivotal to the gameplay because obviously your first instinct is going to be to try to turn on the lights. So you turn on the lights and you can tell that you turn on the lights, but then you notice that the lights get turned off, and when the lights get turned off, you're like, why'd that happen? I didn't do that. Oh, it's because Adam is turning the lights back off. So you can use that, and that's when you as a player figure out, oh, I can use this to my advantage. But here, it's not as clearly communicated because the distinction in lighting is, like, minuscule. Anyway, so that's me complaining about how I'm not really happy with how this has been portrayed or translated into this version of the game. But more importantly, I don't actually know what to do next. Like, honestly, I don't. Because I don't remember where I need to go now. Because I know what I have to do. In case you didn't get the hint with the note above the door, you have to bait Adam into... God, where do I need to go? I actually don't remember. I have zero clue where I need to go. Shit. Where is he? She's right there. Okay, we gotta go back. We gotta go back. I think we might have to reset this run. Yeah, we gotta reset. I think this is a loss. I think I didn't do enough setup. I didn't learn. I wanted to learn the lay of the land before I challenged. Ah, they moved the key? Whoa! That's interesting. They moved the key. Weird.
Forget what I
Stop
said.
popping in and out.
Change your report. I'll even give you a gold silver.
That's just a weird choice. Because that doesn't change anything about the section. Like in any significant way, it doesn't really change anything. It's just weird. Anyway, I wanted to learn the lay of the land here before I. God, he knows. Oh, I forgot how hard this is. Look at how aggressive he is. He is like he listens to you going through the vents. And he with pinpoint accuracy knows where you are in every second of this encounter. Okay, we gotta figure something out. Where is the? We're still in the vents. This puts me. Oh my God! Like, look at that, man! Look at that! How am I gonna win? How can I win? Yeah, this is a loss. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Oh shit! Up there! Go. Okay. Huh, we escaped him somehow. I don't know how the hell. He's like right there, isn't it? Yeah, I barely missed him. He was right on my ass the entire time. Holy shit. Oh my God. I wanted to get a feel for the office layout because I completely forgot how the office is laid out. Because I haven't played this game in years. I wanted to learn that before I got Adam's attention, but I got Adam's. I wanted to show you that Adam was there. I accidentally pissed him off, and now I'm running. Oh, wait, is this it? Oh, this is it. Yes. Okay. This is it. So, what you have to do, if you didn't figure it out, we gotta lock Adam in here. And the way we do that is we need to turn off the lights, because obviously there's a button there that turns off the lights, or turn on the lights, rather. And that'll bait him into this room. And then when we get him into this room, what we do is we shut off the system. So, okay, 12E. That's locked. The door's locked right now. So what do I need to do to That's not what I want to do. I want to... That's it. Okay. So what I want to do is when I come up here, unflip this and unflip that. Because right now, I don't want him to be able to open the door right now. Because I need the safety to be able to turn on the lights and then immediately jump back up here. And then go up here and then flip this back around so that he can open the door. Come on, come in. And then as soon as he gets inside, we shut it down. All right, it's done. He's locked in. Cannot escape. He cannot possibly escape now. I can't have you taking away my prize now, can I?
How dare you lock me up? Unlock this door.
Nah, I'm good. You've outlived your usefulness to me. Farewell, Adam. I've always... Okay, so what's back here? Oh, good. Of course, a screwdriver. Great. That probably would have been helpful for navigating the environment, because there were some doors up there, or some vents I could have opened if I had this. But oh well. The important thing is we have it now, so now we can go back over to the... Look, the office is just having a seizure. This is such a... Like, that probably felt really underwhelming to watch, just because the atmosphere is all wrong. It should only look this bright when all the lights are on, where it is right now, because when the lights are on, you feel safe. You feel it's a nice, calming place that you can navigate freely. But it shouldn't feel like that all the time. When you first come in here, you shouldn't be able to see anything. You should be able to see just enough to move through the hallways, which is what you could do, but not enough to where you could feel even remotely safe. That was a huge part of what contributed to the vibe and the atmosphere of this level, and that's all just gone in this version. I mean, granted, that's not on this version. I'll say that's not the fault of this specific version, because that's an update they made to the original game, because I guess some players complained that it was too dark, which I don't know, I was fine, but that specifically isn't the fault of this game. It's everything else, man. It's just the textures popping in makes it really hard to get immersed in this, which is a shame. Yeah, it's disappointing. It's disappointing to see the game get handled like this. But whatever the case, we made it to the broadcasting room, so we can unscrew these bolts, get ourselves the key, and then head back to Rex's office. And does the key also work on the... I think I just pulled the key through the glass. Does it work on this? It does not, unfortunately. Because I love this not only for how it tests your stealth skills, because obviously this is the smartest enemy you face. He can track you through the vents, so there's really nowhere for you to run. So I was going as fast as I could through those vents, and he still knew he knows the place so well that he can predict you and cut you off before you have a chance to do anything special about it. And then on top of that, you can't kill this guy. You can't use your knives. You don't even have knives to use, so you have to figure out another way to outsmart him. And that's what I love about your encounter with Adam, is that it's not a battle of brute force or aiming skills or anything like that. It's a battle of how smart you are with your positioning and your movement, and solving the puzzle of how do you decommission Adam when you can't kill him. And that is... I was so pleased with this on my first... I will never forget the experience I had playing this for the first time. And I don't think this version will give that experience to new players. But anyway, let's talk about Rex a little bit.
Don't miss your appointment. You are loved. Adam takes care of all that. Dying with...
I'm not even moving and it's still popping out. I can't. So yeah, the Rex was entirely controlled by Adam the entire time. You are the only human left. That's what I was talking about. That's why it feels so eerie to be... And that's why, it doesn't feel as eerie when this is a combination of the original game being updated to be brighter and this game's wonky texture. Because I think there's even some sections here that weren't even this bright on the original budget cuts after the updates. I think this has added even more lighting issues in addition to all the texture freaking out. But yeah, I love his fight from a gameplay perspective, and I love from a story perspective of having it, listen, I kind of talked over a lot of it, but if you play it for yourself, which you should, you can listen to all the dialogue that I talked over of him taunting you and he starts listing off humans one by one, all the ones he killed, all the names you've seen throughout the game, just reinforcing how alone you are in this world and how massively overwhelmed you feel when you are the last human left against an army of robots. And when Adam knows your every move, and you're just barely clinging to survival in those vents. Because the rest of the game was annoying but fine, but this really is a butchering of what was previously the peak of budget cuts that the whole game was building towards. But yeah, this is when you realize why the messages kept getting so distorted over the course of the game, because it was Adam behind the controls, and he was piecing together the sentence out of fragments that he had available to him.
Any complaints will be noted with Adam.
So the closer you get to him, the more frantic he gets, and the less coherent the sentences become. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about Adam's section. Hopefully I was coherent enough in my. I'm kind of annoyed right now, so I'm maybe not as coherent as I ordinarily would be, and I apologize for that. But hopefully you still managed to kind of understand the basics of what my issues are with this section, with why I love the original so much, and how this kind of like this. God damn, man. I hope they fix this. I really, really hope they fix this, because this is such a fantastic VR game that is really just being crippled by rampant technical issues, and that really sucks. But nonetheless, we defeated Adam, we outsmarted him, we trapped him in the room, and now we have exactly. And I definitely don't think this area should be like this. This should not be. I don't know. This was definitely a Budget Cuts Ultimate specific problem. This wasn't the case in the original. This should not be this bright. I can get behind the idea of making the area a little bit brighter, like slightly brighter to help people see better, but not that bright. That's way too much. That is way too bright to try to maintain the atmosphere that section is going for. Ah. Okay, I think this. You know what? Let's go back. Why not? We can go back real quick. I think this is probably the key that allows us to get into that casing in the broadcasting rooms. Let's go back there real quick. I'm in the floor again. Honestly, I'm just surprised that I managed to survive that without Adam getting me, because like I was totally caught off guard. I was not at all prepared for him to ambush me like that, for him to spot me so soon. I'm amazed that I somehow managed to pull that together at the end and figure out a plan to actually get him trapped, even when all the odds are stacked against me. Alright, Rex Crane III. So, if Adam is taking your place, what are we gonna find in here? I remember being so on edge when this phone rang, when I played this game for the first time, because like, who could it be? It's probably Winter, but is it Winter? I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. No way to know for sure. And is Winter even still on your side? Is it another human to survive? What's going on? Because like after that nerve-wracking encounter with Adam, and after seeing this office just completely torn to shreds, being in the office with someone who isn't even here anymore, oh man, I wish I could play this again for the first time, and definitely not on this version.
Hey, so, what did Rex have to say for himself?
Yeah, about that.
From your stunned silence, I'm guessing he didn't make it. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. As you can probably see, what we're dealing with here is scary. Like, end of the world, is this a movie scary? The cost optimizer, we've got to stop it. There's a route below that Rex has that goes straight to it. You just need to get down there. He should have hidden the solution around here somewhere.
Alright, what's in here? Let's see. What's in this desk? If I can actually get here. Dear Rex, it's been tracking. Can you work with me here, please? It's been too long since you visited home. Your uncle told me to inform you that we have broadband in the house now. Even your old cost optimizer got hooked up to the internet. See, we are a modern home now. You are making us all proud with your business. Remember that we are always here for you. Love, Grandpa. Man, I tried to find as many of the notes as I could as we played through the game, but it just it's so heart-wrenching reading the lives of all the people that were in this company, all of which were just systematically torn out by Transcorp and replaced by robots. Yard High Science Fair Grand Prize, the winner is the Cost Optimizer created by Rex Crane III. And now you see, like, that's the other aspect of it, is that not a lot of the game's story is told to you. A lot of it is environmental and just picking up pieces of the puzzle as you go by reading these notes. Like the fact that Rex is the owner of this company made the Cost Optimizer, and that was his little pet project that he worked on all his life. And then he used it presumably with good intentions at the start to kind of optimize costs, you know, budget cuts and all that for the sake of keeping his company afloat. But then it backfired, and you can see all the plans for the cost optimizer here. You can look over if you want to. So much detail poured into these offices, and then it just, as things tend to happen with AI and these types of stories, it got out of control. And then it just completely took over the company and started purging all humans. Man, I love this game. For as annoyed as I am at how this has been handled, technically speaking, I really do love this world and this story. Also, I feel like that was way better hidden in the original. Like, there's clearly a secret passage behind the bookshelf here. I feel like that was hidden way better in the original. But nonetheless, this tasty things in my office, flip-flops, hint of cheese, book, kinda nice, plants crunchy, wooden desk, tasteless, running out of food. That's not told to you. That Rex was trapped in his office and was starving, like clearly was going insane, like starving to death. It's all on the board details. Try to get out, but the door's locked. Takes the things in my office, running out of food. It's a bad thing to read right now because I'm actually starving as I'm recording this right now. Man, I love it. I love it. Anyway, we should probably get out of here. I actually forgot about this. We need to go back up into the rafters. And I think we need to use our screwdriver on that board we saw before, or the vent grating, I mean. Because there's a power switch we need to flip on the other side here in order to be able to access the escape routes that Winter was talking about. Right here, okay. Flip this, that turns on the power, so now we can go back and get ourselves out of here. And of course, not really a big secret, all the books on the floor because he was desperately trying to get the hell out of here. You just pull the book, bookshelf slides back, and there's your secret exit. I've always noticed this. It's kind of weird how whenever you go into an elevator, the translocator and also your grabby hand, they both turn grayish black kind of thing. And then the second you step out again, the color's back to normal. No signal here. Always believe that something amazing will probably never happen. That's lovely. Yeah, this place is totally different. This looks nothing like it did at the end of the first game. This is all brand new. Yeah, none of this was here. None of this was here. Feel stuck in the past with your pager? Upgrade to the all-new headset. Oh! Ah! Okay, yeah, I was wondering about that, because that's the thing. You don't have the pager in the second game. You have a little headset that you put in your ear, and that's how Winter communicates with you. And that's what I mean, like, how are they gonna do this? And then, of course, out here, the train station, this looks normal to you guys, probably, but if you played the first game, you know that this is not what the first game looked like. When it first launched, the train station was completely different. But I really see that's like it's not that they didn't care. They didn't just slap the two games together and call it a day. They clearly took time to completely rebuild this area, add a whole new section right here to make the transition between the two games as seamless as possible. Clearly, a lot of effort went into this game. It needs more polish. That's the conclusion. It needs more polish. Anyway, how do I use this? Zap hands here, cook your pager. Oh, that's what you're supposed. Oh, that's what you're supposed to do. So to put your two hands. Ah, I see. Cool. And then cook your pager. Yeah, sure. That makes sense, I think.
Hi there. This is Winter speaking. I thought I had lost you there for a while, but you seem to be all right. Okay, I'm unlocking the door for you now. So, all this time, the boss was actually just a bunch of pre-recorded messages and a dusty pile of nothing? Meanwhile, whoever's been running the show will make our friendly head of HR look like a cute, cuddly kitten in comparison. I'm sorry, I don't mean to scare you, but replacing humans with robots? Well, that's just the start of its plan. We have got to stop it before we're all grinding gears and chugging oil. Whew. Hey, something nice. You did good out there, you know? I think we make quite the team. I believe in you. You know, I believe in us. We can stop this before it's too late.
This is so cool. I love seeing that they did put effort into this. This shows me they didn't just slap the games together and call it a day for a quick buck. They wanted to make something great, so they missed the mark with some of the technical polish. Anyway, yeah, I love they took the time to actually explain why because in game 2 Winter sounds very different because she's in your ear in a headset as opposed to coming over a phone through the pager. They actually explained that here to link the two games together. They redesigned the trains so that they actually look like the trains in the second game. Because the first game ends with a really cool montage during the credits where the theme song Budget Cuts plays, and it's basically like the main character taking out all the robots on the train as he goes, and the train carries them off to the cost optimizer. It's a really cool outro, but it doesn't really logically tie into the second game because the second game, it's nothing like what actually happens there. Oh! Okay, you know what? That's cool. I was worried that we wouldn't get budget cuts at all, like the song. Alright, that's a good middle ground. Awesome, okay. So we don't get the cool montage, but they do still keep the budget cut song in the game. By playing it over the radio as the train leaves the station. I am happy with that as a compromise. I am perfectly happy with that as a compromise. So in case you couldn't tell, we are now in Budget Cuts 2 territory. The first game originally ended with you facing off against Adam. That was the big final boss. Then you get on the train, and then the credits roll, and then the hook for the next game is you're off to the cost optimizer to save humanity and shut it down once and for all. But I think this shows that it kind of works a lot better as like that being the midpoint. The midpoint of the game is you realizing that the stakes here are way bigger than you thought. It's not just humans are disappearing from Transcorp, what's going on? It's, oh my god, the robots have a plan to cost optimize and budget cut the entire world and replace all of humanity, and now you're on a mission to stop it. It's like, the stakes get a lot bigger, so now, because of that, the second half of the game is going to be a lot more fast-paced as you start ramping toward the climax, and I really believe that works so much better from a perspective of pacing than if you cut the game into like how they originally shipped. And I'm really happy with how they handle the transition between the two games, even if Adam's fight itself was really underwhelming. But yeah, okay. Overall, Budget Cuts 1's portrayal in this collection was a mixed bag, is the only way I can really put it. It had a lot of cool things, some good changes, some random changes that didn't really amount to much. I will say this, I like that on the walls, I didn't call this out because I was too distracted by other things, but on the walls in the vents in Adam's section, they put letters and numbers so that you can more easily figure out where you are in the vents, to make it easier to track your positioning and have, like, get to grips with get a better sense of direction so you can navigate the vents more easily. Because you can very, very quickly get turned around in there if you are unfamiliar with the level, so I like that. That's a good change. But again, it's just a lot of technical issues, and here's the thing, I am frankly scared for Budget Cuts 2, which is where we are right now, because, as you might be able to tell, Budget Cuts 2 takes place outside Transcorp offices. We're not going back into the offices. There are, of course, going to be some interior sections later in the game, but we're going to be outside for a while now. And the big final battle of the game is all outside, and it is a very graphically intensive section of the game. So I'm really not looking forward to finding out how this game performs under those circumstances, but we'll have to find out later this week as we continue playing. So, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. And hope to catch you all tomorrow for more Budget Cuts Ultimate. Goodbye!